ingredients for our limoncello tart. Instead of the traditional amaretto cookie base, I'm going to use Simple Mills Toasted Pecan Crunchy Cookies. It's probably their closest cookie to an amaretto cookie that I'll have, and I'll pulse that in a Cuisinart to make the crust, along with some melted butter. That's one of the first steps. Let's give you a moment to write down the ingredients. So to make the crust, we're going to pulse in our Cuisinart 1 package and a half. This might be a little extra, a little over. In my experience, I'd rather have too many crumbs than not enough. I'll just snap on the lid. And use the pulse button. You're going to want it to look something like this, maybe just a bit finer. I'll let it go just a little longer. Next, we're going to slowly add some melted butter, 6 tablespoons to be exact, to our mixture. I'll be slowly combining this until it makes the crust for our tart. I'm going to pour this out onto the tart pan. We'll press it into the tart pan. Notice my tart pan is on a baking sheet. Once we get this all pressed into the tart pan, we will bake this for 5 minutes. This is just a pre-bake before we put our filling in there and allow that to chill. Here it's turned out into the pan. Now I just need to press it into the shape of the tart pan. Okay, so here's the tart ready to go in the oven. You can see it's got a reasonably even edge, and it's about that thick throughout. And that was 1.5 boxes of the cookies. Again, the recipe called for 7 ounces of cookies. I probably did about 8. And 6 ounces of butter, so just shy of 1-to-1 ratio. And we'll cook it for 5 minutes. So I'm going to pop it in the oven at 350 degrees. So we'll just put it right over here and get right back to it. Next, while our crust is baking, we're going to mix together 2 egg yolks, a can of sweetened condensed milk, some lemon juice, 2 tablespoons, a 1/4 cup of limoncello liqueur, and a tablespoon of lemon zest. We're going to use a hand mixer for this until it's creamy. I'll be right back. Now that the filling is mixed, we're going to pour from this bowl into our tart pan. After we pour it into the tart pan, we'll bake it at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. No more. We want it to be firm, but we don't want it to be overcooked. While it's baking, we'll put some berries into a small saucepan, along with the sugar, and we'll keep cooking those down until it becomes a really nice thick sauce. Here's our pie, just before it goes in the oven. Some people wonder, what do I do with the extra lemon? What do I do with the extra zest? Oftentimes, I think of a meal that I can put with them that would use those same ingredients. So tonight I'm having chicken piccata. As you know, chicken piccata takes lemon zest and lemon juice, and though I'll need to add more, it's okay to have extra of those 2 ingredients in a cooking item rather than a baking item. So I'll just get out my capers and have some chicken, and I'll have a lovely meal, and I'll know that it will agree with this pie. And also, I'm going to add some spinach into my breading on my chicken. So I'm also going to incorporate a spinach salad, and then none of the spinach will go to waste. When you think like that, you get to be a really smart cook and a great meal planner. So we'll just keep stirring these berries till they're pretty well macerated and the sugar's dissolved. Keep the heat low enough that you don't burn them. Just want them to really cook down, making a thick, smooth sauce. So here's our limoncello tart, fresh out of the oven. I'm gonna let it cool completely. Then I'm gonna refrigerate both this and the blueberry sauce, which is nice and thick. And then if you let it cool completely, and then chill it, I'm gonna actually put it in the fridge after they're completely room temperature. It should make really nice slices when we serve it after dinner. So there you have it. That's my dessert for my silver wedding anniversary in a couple of days, which we're going to celebrate tonight. And he has no idea. I have to go pick him up at the airport. You guys have a great day.